How's everybody doing this morning? Hopefully everybody's doing good. Who we got in here? Who we got? Good morning, Prudence. We got Pete in here. Carlos, Black Bourbon Family, Crooked Eye. What's going on? Smoking Preacher in the building. Anybody smoking anything good this morning? Chase, what's going on, man? Quakes, what is going on? Daryl, what's going on, man? Hope everybody's doing well. Let me get some light real quick, man. Y'all hang tight. All right, look at that. Building the set while y'all on here. I'm about to light me up a Curivari Reserva Limitada this morning. Very good cheap cigar. These run around $5 or so. They're not the expensive. Curivari makes some pretty good stuff, and their price points are really good. I think they're another slept-on company. Not yet. Preacher's driving. Morning's going pretty good, man. I had a pretty long set at work this week. It was pretty long, but glad I got a couple days off. Shalisha, what's going on? Harold in the building. So far, all right. We'll be going into work later, so hopefully it warms. We'll be able to smoke before work. Yeah, I know most of y'all are probably. I'm glad this is probably one of those times for me where I'm happy I don't smoke outside. So, Wayne, what's going on, man? I appreciate that. But I just got home a couple hours ago, and then I was looking at my ashtray, man. I don't know if any of you've had the Paul Stulak. I think Red Night, it was Red Screaming, so whatever it was. People have been talking really highly about this cigar. As you see how much cigar I got left. I thought it was pretty average. I didn't think anything was that great about it, but of course that is just my opinion. Matt, what is going on? Nolan, what is going on? 3 inches of snow, man. And I saw where I was with James a few weeks ago. They got a lot of snow up there too. So it looks like I came at the right time. Go ahead and get this cigar lit up. V, what is going on? Smoking on my last Sencillo Edition Limitada 2015. Heard those were good. Cowboy, what's going on, man? I just finished up watching your Death Bucket video. Literally just finished it, probably like 5 minutes before this started. Ian, what's going on, man? Mathis, what's going on? But yeah, this live stream, of course, it'll just be in-laws upstate New York got 40 inches. Man, James, that's why when I retire, I'm never going up there, and I'm going further as far south as I can. As soon as I retire, I can't do no snow, man. But no, this live stream was for general purposes, as you guys know, kind of come up, see what everybody's doing, and also wanted to mention that to you guys that ever since December 16th, the Black Line Luxury Cigar of the Month Club is back open for January. If you are not already a member, this is probably a time you want to be able to join the club. Consider it, because I know for one of the cigars that are involved in January, there is a limit on that too. So you just want to, if this is something you kind of on the fence about, give it a shot, give it a chance. You owe this to yourself. Just call it a Christmas gift to yourself. So the club is back open. Of course, James is in the chat. I don't think we're in danger of closing like tomorrow or anything, but this is something you want to move pretty rapidly on if you're thinking about it. We just got done discussing months 4, 5, and 6 for next year too, and I'm telling you guys, we got a lot of really good cigars planned out for the first quarter of next year. Smoking the Rose of Sharon by Southern Draw, one of my favorites. Yeah, I got a good friend that's actually his favorite cigar. Big brother Greg, what's going on? Man, I'm finna smoke this Kirivari. I was gonna do this or light up this Davidoff. I'm gonna smoke this little Kirivari though. Cowboy wasn't drinking anything. Sometimes it be like that, Matthew. Sometimes, well, are you talking about the last video? I think he did. He had some Gentleman Jack on those cigars. But sometimes you don't want to drink, man. Sometimes you just want some water. That's why I live in the Philippines, my friends. Man, Ian, you stay over there. There's another one of our good buddies, Craig. He stays in the Philippines as well, man. It's 2 people in the Philippines. Signed up yesterday. Excellent. Excellent. I always appreciate content. I appreciate that, man. It's going, so shout out to my man Eric, man. He just got cleared back for work the other day, but now just kind of one of those things, man. You look at certain things in life, you have athletes that deal with constant injuries all the time, certain things. So he just got cleared to get back on duty, and he's dealing with the eye infection right now too. So hoping for a speedy recovery for him. But we've already recorded a couple of videos already. So, in the next week or so, maybe you'll probably see those. And of course, any kind of immediate information that's needed to get out or anything like that, I'll always just pop up. Like today, I was just wondering, because a lot of people don't know that the club is open, even though we've mentioned in the past that the club will be open December 16th. But sometimes people don't write something down. They'll forget about it. So this is just kind of a constant reminder for you guys. So James is letting you guys know we got space, but like I was saying, I know one particular cigar that will be in January's club. There is a certain number of that. So I know if we get really close within that, we'll have to close the club again. So if you are on the fence about it, I'm telling you guys, give it a shot, man. $38 shipped. If you're local to the Pennsylvania area or Harrisburg, Pennsylvania area, you don't have to pay the shipping cost. And like I've always said, you give all these other clubs or other things a chance. Give this one a chance, man. I think the consistency in the cigars and the work in the community that we're building speaks for itself. Give it a shot. I'm telling you, man. These are some cigars that, like I said before, we're going to try to test your palate. We're going to definitely give you cigars that you aren't probably used to seeing. Definitely probably things you wouldn't pick up on your own. But I think you'll enjoy. Bobby, what's going on? In sunny California. Thinking of pulling the trigger on a box of Sin Compromisos. Those are good cigars. I like the Sin Compromisos. John, what's going on, brother? Actually thought of you the other day. So one of the videos that I already recorded was a pairing video. I kind of want to get back to my roots. I kind of was looking back. I said, man, I hadn't done a pairing video in like 8 or 9 months. I know a lot of people enjoy the pairing videos. So gonna get back onto my pairing videos. I did a rum in this one that'll be upcoming. But John, I think I'm gonna do. Even though I haven't, it'll be a blind pair, and I think I'm gonna put together the bourbon and the cigar that you sent me. I think I'm gonna do that. Do a John Wilhoit pairing video. Facts crooked. Terrence, what's going on? Having a nub cappuccino to start the day. Why do you keep trying to make me adopt a new hobby and increase my life insurance? Hey, like I say, hey, Greg, we got to go out. We got to go out some way, man. You might as well enjoy it when we go out. I was thinking about that the other day, man. I was just kind of sitting back, kind of thinking about life and just kind of not to go off on like a real deep thing on y'all, but like just it's inevitable. All of us are going to die one day. And I was just thinking about like all the life choices and things I've made. Choices that we all have to make in our lives and stuff like that. And I was just like, man, I don't think a lot of people realize we just got one shot. We just physically have one life now. So just like, man, I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna enjoy this one. I know some people take life a little bit too seriously. I know some people. I was talking to Lee Mack about that this morning too. I think some people think they take my reviews serious, but at the same time, I do take them serious. But I want people to know that I'm an approachable, regular person too, but I take the craft, I take reviewing cigars serious. So that's why I kind of have modeled the channel and modeled my style the way that I do it. It's a very serious thing to me, but at the same time, I don't want to feel like I'm one of those guys that can't laugh or doesn't make a joke or something every now and then. So running late to the gym since I had a snow blow, headed to punish these arms. Now, man, I know I keep saying I'm gonna get back. I need to get back in the gym too, man. I'm gonna have to do it. Or actually, I got enough stuff here at home. That's probably when I'll just start doing it. I probably start at home and just to try to get my repetition in my days. Because usually when I get about 5 or 6 days in of something, that's when I start going at it. Fred, what's going on? Richard Whalen, what is going on, brother? Andre Tom's in the building. Sanford, what's going on? Hey, I love the pie pairing. I appreciate that. Yo, what's going on? Yeah, Sanford, I did the pie pairing, you know, but I don't know how long you've been following me, but a lot of people in the chat have been following along with me since day one. So, you know, I did a lot of cigar reviews in the beginning, but I also was taking an emphasis on cigar pairings because I feel like the person that I watched for pairings hadn't put out videos in a couple of years, and I felt like I could bring a quality that was the equivalent or try to become better than that, because I felt like when he stopped making content, I didn't feel like anybody picked up that part of the ball, you know, part of the slack in the cigar community. So that's something that, you know, me and Lee will talk about a lot of times about a lot of cigar reviewers. Why are you doing this, or why are you doing reviews? So I always would ask the question to people, and I always even have asked myself the question, why, or do you feel like you're bringing something, or do you feel like you're bringing anything to the community? And I feel like a lot of times people just are doing things just off the spur of the moment because it sounds like a good idea. But I feel like for me personally, I'm not going to do anything unless I feel like I can be an addition or a positive factor. Same thing, you know, me and Eric's relationship with the channel, me and James with Black Lion, whatever the situation is. I feel like I don't want to be a part of something unless I feel like I can be of great importance to it, or I feel like I can be a game changer for whatever I'm involved in. And sometimes I don't think everybody thinks like that. I think people just kind of do stuff just because and don't even really have a real reason of why they're doing things. And to me, it's just like just blindly walking around. There's no goals. And if there aren't any goals, then, you know, what's the purpose of what you're doing? Hey, Latonya, good morning. B&T, what's going on, family? Glenmorangie pairing was amazing, man. I'm telling you, the Glenmorangie Quinta Rubin 14-year pound for pound, that's probably a top 3 non-Isla Scotch for me. And I say top 3 because that is a universal pairer. You could put that with a very medium cigar, a full body cigar, Cuban, Dominican, Honduran, whatever. Like that Scotch is just, it's incredible. And it even, like I say, even in that pairing video, it stood up to the pairing with the Padron 80th anniversary. It's just a great bourbon, or a great Scotch. Just a great Scotch. Change, age, and death are indeed inevitable. Enjoy yourself at a pace. Don't rush a thing. Hey, we talked the other day too. I'm trying to work on something too that we talked about yesterday. Josh, what's going on, family? Sweet that I was drinking and smoking in the illusion. I figure so. Mystical, what's going on? Yeah, man, this is my favorite game system of all time, man. You know I got to represent for this. Jorge, what's going on, family? Ron, have you tried Black Label Trading Company Morphine? On the fence about picking one up at the local store. Normally, I do like those cigars. I have the Corona Gorda around here somewhere. I haven't smoked this year's version of it yet, but the Corona and Lancero are usually cigars I do like. But I haven't tried it, so kind of probably in the next day or so, get back with me. I'll probably have smoked it by then. I got to find it, but I'll smoke it. Crooked Eye, that's what it's all about, man. If you're gonna do something, do it. And Glenmorangie is another one because I think so many people overlook it, or either the real hardcore Isla Scotch drinkers, but then you got people that if they're not, they're drinking Macallan, Monkey Shoulder. But I'll tell you another good Scotch that people overlook. It's called Kilhoman Mature Bay. It's like a short squatty bottle with a royal blue label, liquid white chocolate. It's fantastic too. Man, Brian, y'all, Unc don't care about hurting no feelings. He just gonna speak it how it is, which is cool with me. Smoking the Placencia Alma del Campo from one of my Black Line Luxuries box. with the dark roast and a splash of Captain Morgan. Sound like a good morning to me. Enjoying my last few days off. What about yourself? I got off this morning. I'll be out for the next couple of days, which I'm glad. It's been a long week. It's been a long, very, very busy week. Thank you too. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, this is you know, I was in Walmart one day and was walking around. I saw it and I was like, man, I wasn't looking for it, but I saw it and I was like, I had to have it. Mathis, man, what's going on? Just signed up. Lee May said, AM, what's going on? Feel the spot. Cool. Yeah, again, anybody that's new coming in, I didn't get this thing lit good. Anybody that's new coming in, just want to let you know that the Black Line Luxuries Club is open. Of course, if it does get in danger of being closed again, James will let me know. I'll probably come up and, you know, make a post about it or make a live to be sure. But I'm telling you, if you are, especially if you are in the United States, definitely take advantage of this, man. Like I said, it's right at $38 ship for 4 cigars. And January is going to be a month you like, one of those months you definitely don't want to miss out on. Not just saying that, but of course you're going to have the first ever collaboration cigar with Black Line Luxuries and RonRealTV. That's going to be one for the books, you know, with us working and progressing forward in the future. This will be the first edition of every, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of one of those things, like you get you a couple of them and you kind of hang on to it, and it's just one of those things. It's gonna be one for the books. It's gonna be a really good box. Oh, Matt is okay. I was Glenfiddich 12 years, another Scotch that pairs well with a lot of cigars, and I like the Glenfiddich 14-year with the bourbon cast on it too. How close are you to creating your own blend? You know, that's a good question. Realistically, probably at least a year. You know, there's just some other stuff that's going on right now, kind of trying to work on helping build up Black Line a little bit, help build some relationships there. Some other stuff going on too. Like I said, I got a daughter that'll be born here in February, so that's gonna kind of be hectic. And then, you know, just looking at my full-time job and going up the list for promotion. So, you know, probably a year and a half is probably when I'll be looking at trying to realistically try to make my own blend. So, but again, I don't know everything. Something may happen sooner than that, but that's about the timetable I'm thinking is probably, you know, I would shoot for maybe summer of 22 when I try to get something in. But the next best thing for you guys is when we are doing these blends. So what happens is whoever the maker is, they are blending the cigar, but it's still important for me because, you know, me, James, and Nick are all validating the cigar. So that's another thing that a lot of people aren't getting, a lot of reviewers or a lot of people aren't getting a chance to do, is actually validating and putting real input in something. So it's not my blend, but at the same time, it still is a part of me because I was a part of the validation process of making sure whatever comes out to you guys is going to be a good cigar. Lefty, what's going on, man? Crooked Eye, he in the chat. He gonna see you. I'll tell you another cigar. So the Curivar Reserva Limitada is not a bad cigar at all. Pretty good, $5 cigar. Probably my favorite cigar that they make though is the Buena Vista, which runs probably $7 or $8 or something like that. Don't be surprised if you don't see that cigar featured in the cigar of the month. Rakim, man, that's congratulations to you too, twins, man. Congratulations on that. OG Jerry, what is going on? I signed up to the club after watching your video with James. I think I got the last December box, and that was a great box too, man. I hope, you know, if you've been able to smoke through those cigars, you know, I'll probably put that that in my community tab at some point in the next week or two. I want to get everybody's opinion that was able to smoke through the December grouping. Y'all vote on which ones y'all thought was the favorite cigar. I want to take that information back to James and Nick so we could look at it and see what y'all came up with. Mom, what's going on, man? The Omega man, what's going on? I've had the Buenaventura, wasn't bad. No, and Pete, not for the price. You got to think about this too. So I'm, looking at this cigar here, this Paul Stulek Screaming or whatever the hell it is. But I think I paid $13 for the cigar, and it just was. It was an average cigar for me because I don't feel like in the little bit I had, it wasn't a lot going on. Just the draw wasn't that great, and it just frustrated me because it's just like I don't mind. I don't even mind smoking average cigar if the price is appropriate. If I'm going to spend $12, $13, $14, $15 for a cigar, it shouldn't be average. It should be a very good cigar at minimum, elite cigar. Like I said, if it's 20 and up, elite cigar. But if I'm starting to spend 12, 13, 14, 15, like it needs to be a very, very good cigar. And in my opinion, that wasn't a very good cigar. It was just an average cigar. This, I'm thinking about Espinosa Escuela Laranja that was featured in the club. $10 Lancero, Elwood Wednesday Lancero, $12 Lancero, Rocky Patel Maduro Sungrown Lancero, $6. There's probably a couple other ones out. Black Label Petite Lancero, $9. Like there's some other cigars on the smoke pick up way before this. Thank you, Cowboy, because I talked to some other people. I didn't think it was that great. It's just me, man. I didn't think it. And so another thing I always tell people too, we may disagree on stuff, but you always need to trust your own palate. I always appreciate that too. Trust your palate. Trust your palate. Me and James agree on some cigars. We disagree on others. At the end of the day, even if we don't agree on a particular cigar, that's still fine because I know he trusts his palate. He knows I trust mine. It's just the reality of it. We're not going to agree on every cigar. I'm telling you guys to say this too. Sometimes don't get so caught up in the hype where you just force yourself to say a cigar is good. Trust your palate, man. Because I watch some stuff and you can just tell. Like I get it, man, because it's human nature. We talk about shoes. If there's a limited edition Jordan that comes out, there's only 50,000 pairs. It might not even be the best colorway or the best model, but because it's so limited, we automatically associate it with wanting it, or just that it's better because it's limited. When that doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. A lot of general releases that come out are just as good. That is not true, James. That's not true. You ever heard of Grand Habano Zulu? I have not. But you mentioned it, so it must be a cigar that we might need to take a look at. You've been able to smoke that off your the ox yet? I don't. I have one sitting over here. I have not smoked it yet. Ron, are you going to grab that limited cigar by Espinosa called the Chai Tea? So I don't know. I have some other stuff from that too, or that grouping. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going out trying to chase. I mean, because so it's the thing is. So I'll be honest with you guys too. So I'll. In that height, I'll kind of sit back and watch things. And if a lot of people, or a lot of y'all, I say y'all, but just the community, the cigar community as a whole, if a lot of y'all are sitting there talking it up, then I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'll go buy one and try it. And sometimes it's cool. I'm like, all right. The other times I smoke some, I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, there are better cigars all over the place. Like, why is this one so special? Troy, what's going on? Sorry, I missed the meeting while you was in Harrisburg. All good, brother. All good. With the situation and stuff going on, I know a lot of people didn't want to do a lot of moving around. That's why I didn't really broadcast out that I was just kind of out and about because I know stuff's going on. So I just kind of was trying to be low key. Got up with James and Nick. We met up with Francisco for the DBL event. Got some stuff taken care of. So still was a good trip, man. But like I said, there will be more trips up their way. Well, B&T, I'm sure James will comment on that too. Don't even get started on USPS, man. It's just, I think you'll really enjoy it. Extremely pricey though. If it's a good cigar, so that's the thing though. If it's a really good cigar, I don't mind spending a little money on it. If it's a good cigar, like I'm cool with it. Some people don't believe in even if it's a good cigar, spending money on it. I ain't saying a $400 or $500 cigar, but $20 cigar, something like that. If it's really good, that's cool, Yeah, that whole USPS thing was a complete mess. But so I got a good question for all of you because a lot of you are members already in the Black Line Luxury Cigar of the Month Club. Of course, some of you probably aren't, but like I said, I would strongly suggest it. Our first 6 months, I feel like there's nobody in the. I still stand by that, man. I've heard some other people say some stuff, and I think it's crazy, but I think for the price point and what we're doing and the consistency we're doing it at, I don't think that there's another club out there doing what we do, how we do it. But that being said, a lot of you guys are already in the club. We are. We would like to hear some y'all put some recommendations of some possible cigar companies that we haven't touched on that you might be interested in seeing. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be in there, but we like me and James are in the chat. We always take in consideration and look at things. What we probably will do is some of the brands that we see, we'll grab certain cigars out of those lines, smoke them, and see if that's something that we think would appeal to most of the members. But we still would like to hear from y'all. So definitely type in some brands that y'all think that we need to touch on. People stay falling in love with a flashy band, but tobacco be average. Can't smoke the band, man. Can't smoke the story. I'm in Jersey. Ox is going for approximately 50. That's a little over retail. It ain't like robbery though. I think retail alone is $40. So depending on your taxes, that with my taxes here in Memphis, that's about I'd be at 46, 45, 46. So that's not bad. Mine was an inside joke from August 5th order, which James took care of me. Thanks again. I'm noticing other clubs taking notice of what Black Line is doing. That is a fact. I've even saw another club use the same white box and the stamp that we have been using from day one. Artwork on it has children carrying guns and is meant to stand against Joseph Kony and his recruitment of children soldiers. Okay. What's that one called again? Crooked Eye? Type this down. Paul Stulak. Jorge, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I smoked 2 Paul Stulak cigars already. I wasn't impressed with either one of them. I don't know. So on my end, of course, there might be one winner or a couple winners, but the 2 I've had so far that were supposed to be really good cigars, I wasn't that impressed with. But James and Nick may say otherwise. And then, of course, we all 3 come as a unit and work together what we feel like is going to be the best for the club. So we'll keep that name. I agree. Black Lions Top Shelf been in other clubs. Nothing compares. Keep up the great works. Appreciate that, Jerry. And that's why I even said from me and James have been saying from day one, the club isn't really designed for the newer smoker because of what we're going to be trying to do. But at the same time, if you are a newer smoker and you are always on the quest for more knowledge or trying to expand your palate, I say give it. You could give it a shot too. Grand Habano Zulu. With you though, I'm all in on a great stick. I don't see no other brands, man. We must have been we doing good, but we could do better. Y'all, I know y'all can put some brands in there that y'all want to see. Jorge is the only one that put Paul Stulak in there. I know we touched on a lot of stuff over 6 months. Had Padron, had Warped, HVC, Illusione, Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust, Jocelyn Crawl, and Bombay, Dominican Big Leaguer, Placencia, Aladino, on it. Man, I think we do a really good job of trying to scatter it out and try to stay consistent, but at the same time not make it boring. Try to constantly bring in new brands. Brian, great suggestion. We actually have or already have that name down too. But yeah, definitely. I've always been a bigger Roa fan. I like the CLE line, and the first 20 years still one of my all-time favorite cigars. So I definitely think that that may be something you'll be seeing in the near future as well too. I'm a new smoker, and my mind gone straight to the humidor until I'm able to develop my palate. Got you. A lot of that, and that's what I was gonna say. I think that'll be fine too. That's still not a bad plan. Have you tried the El Septimo? I have not. Gilgamesh Aqua. No, I haven't tried that one. I appreciate that, Andre. I appreciate that too, Pete. Terrence, we're gonna work on that too. I thought about that one. Yeah, Terrence, we're gonna definitely, because that's one of my favorite brands too. Have I ever paired with Martell Blue Swift? Or are you referring to the Martell Cognac? I haven't had the Blue Swift. I don't believe I've had the. I'm a fan of the Cordon Bleu. Messy Thrills, man. I appreciate it, man. I'm telling you, this. You know, James can speak on it too, man. You know, this what we got coming what we got coming in January, which was supposed to happen in December, but like you guys have known, some logistical and some shipping complications kind of stopped us from being able to put it in December's box, but it still worked out, I think, in our favor. Still ended up having a really, really good December box, and still gonna have a great January box too, man. But I think y'all are gonna be able to look at something, and you know, the word community for me is really important. I know it is as far as Black Line Luxuries is concerned too. Y'all are gonna see what's in the box, and I think it'll give you guys something to be really proud of, to say that you're a part of something, coming or taking off from the ground up, just something really innovative. Not as far as like us being the first to do blends, but you gotta. For me, I look at it like this. When y'all see in January, you'll know why it's such a big deal for me, man. Why it's such a big deal for James, man. When you can see certain things, and you could see and realize where you started and where you're headed and where you're going, man, it's just like I said, I think a lot of you guys will just be just completely satisfied, and just kind of, I think a lot of y'all will dig it. Tatawahe's coming, Pete. Like that Glen Murray podcast that Cowboy had in his budget videos. I'm gonna have to try that one, because it did look like a good one too. James, can we get Ron to do a Fuente month? That's gonna be hard, man, because even the Fuentes, James, like, man, that box ain't gonna be no $38 if he get his hand, if he has anything to do with it. Legworks makes real limited quantities, but they also put out good cigars. So Pete, let me see, we never do a full month of any brand. Yeah, that's another thing too. That's a good point he made too. I'm not knocking anybody that does that, but for me, I don't know, man. Like it almost feels like fuck it. We all are family and just talk. I feel like for me, on what I think it is, I feel like it's a cover up almost, so to speak. So like, it's not a secret when you are in a club, cigars are not, of course, if this cigar is $8 a shop, or whoever the club is, we aren't buying the cigars for the price that they sell at retail. There's nothing in it. But when I see brand takeovers or things like that, for me, it feels like it's just a big conglomerate of, they're able to do it for that box because they got such a hell of a deal on it, which is, like I said, I'm not gonna knock it, man, because the beautiful thing about Black Lion is that they're a online cigar retailer, and they also are a brick and mortar, so they don't have to do stuff like that. Whereas a lot of these clubs, their only source of income, or their only thing they have, is the club. So they're looking for the best deals on their behalf to help them out in the long run. It's just business. So, but like he said, and to be honest, I'm not even interested. Like, I love HVC, I love Padron, I love Illusione, but I would not want to do one box with just all one brand. I don't know, man. That's just my opinion. Some people may differ on it. Some people completely disagree on it, which is cool. We all have our thoughts on it. Maybe an Opus X Nat Sherman. The only problem with Nat Sherman, Rakim, is it's discontinued now. I will buy all online cigars from Black Lion. The prices cannot be beat, and customer service is second to none. I will buy you a box of God of Fire to review. I'm in, Crooked Eye. I'm in. Daryl, I appreciate that. I appreciate that too. I always mention too, and that's another thing I talk to a lot of people I'm close with about too, is there's the doers and then there's just the talkers. So A thing that kind of really disappoints me a lot of times is when you're off doing your own ventures or trying to better yourself or trying to create new avenues for yourself, and then you have people that say they support you, and then you have people that do support you. There is a huge difference in that, and I think me and James have seen that over the past year or so. Just kind of certain people you think that support you. And then when it comes time for them just to even make some even small contribution or even just anything little, is like, where are you at, man? Like, supposed to be family. You're supposed to be, looking out for me. So for me, I think that's kind of been one of the biggest shocks for me is kind of some people that I've thought about in the past that I thought were really there to support, not only me, but Black Line Luxuries and just what we've been trying to do together and trying to build and trying to turn something into something special. And just, when it's time to put up, it's just like they just aren't there. Appreciate that, Jorge. We try every month to we try every month to hit, like I say, of course, everybody's palate is going to be different. So out of the 4 cigars, you might like 2 of them or 3, but we are putting in genuinely cigars that we think are good cigars. We're not trying to pass off anything or just because whatever, we actually are trying to put in good cigars because at the end of the day, we both realize, or Nick does too, our name and reputation lies on this. So it's very important for us to put in good cigars. John, and that's another thing too. If you guys have not, I don't know if some people are in the chat aren't paying attention or not, but me and James released the holiday sampler that I have. So there'll be 4 cigars, a holiday big lighter in there. It's $29.99. You'll have a L'Atelier 56 HVC Black Friday, Hoya de Nicaragua, Connecticut, and a am I drawing a blank? So L'Atelier HVC. Oh yeah. So James, what am I missing, man? Lat 56, HVC Black Friday, Hoya, Connecticut, and I'm drawing a blank. Thank you, James. In Bombay, or 40, I think it's 42 ring gauge, but James calls it the Davidoff Killer, which I can agree with that. It has a lot of Davidoff-esque flavor profile, but for a fraction of the price. So you're getting 4 cigars. You guys know how I feel about these big lighters, and I thought it was kind of a cool touch to put the holiday theme big lighter in there. $29.99. So y'all head over to Black Line Luxuries and check that sample out if y'all want to give it a chance. I think these are 4 really good cigars, great price point. A Dunbarton review as well. Yeah, it probably will be a Crooked Eye. Probably will be a Sin Compromiso or a Todos Los, or maybe a Tricky Troc or something like that. I did review the Unstolen Valor, but I was telling you guys before the footage got corrupted, so I wasn't able to put the review out. But I did enjoy that cigar. I liked it. But yeah, I'll definitely get a Dunbarton review in. To believe it or not, I smoke a couple of them, but it's not a cigar. It's not a company I really, really smoke a whole lot of. But I do like some of the stuff that he does, like the Sober Mesa Brulee, the regular Brulee. I like the regular one, like that was in the September box that we had. So you carry a CBD. Have you smoked or James? James has had those. I haven't had them yet, but they're supposed to be really good, and I know they're really popular. Aztec, I thought that the Mayura was a really good cigar too, especially that first third. That first third is really different. It's just a completely different experience than what most cigars I've smoked have given me. Just the flavor notes on it, the profile it's all been really good. I argue that for the most part I can. John, being a member of the club, also gets additional discounts beyond regular customers, and that's a fact too. As you guys know too, 10% code is always still active. Ron sent me. So, and like James said, members of the club get additional discounts to the website. And then, of course, my Patreons get a 20% off discount code for Black Line Luxuries too. So these are all things you want to consider. You want to save money and get deals. They're out there. You just got to be paying attention. Big Block is just the facts, man. Like I almost got clothesline when I was in Pennsylvania with James. When I after I got done rolling a cigar, I started lighting it with a Bic, and the guy about clothesline me, and I was like, and the first thing he said was, I guess you like all that fuel in your cigar too, and I was like, what fuel? I didn't, in my mind, I said I didn't want to start an argument or anything with him, so I just chose to not say anything and walk off. But y'all know. I noticed you've been rocking facial hair for a while. Did you resign from the fire service? No, Ricky, I'm still in. I was on vacation for quite a while and just kind of trying to get away with it while I can. Keep that on the hush hush. But no, I was on vacation for almost 3 weeks. So I don't too many people aren't complaining, so I was like, eh. So yeah, so I want to mention it too. So James, it looks like right now I saw Paul Stulak, Iroa, Tatuaje. No, we already considering the role in Tatuaje. Now I know all these recommendations that all y'all got. I know y'all know some brands that y'all want to see featured in the club, or some things that you think should be featured in the club. Like I said, we really value you guys' feedback because again, like without you guys, we don't exist. So if y'all can think of any brands that y'all been smoking anything new, or maybe some old tried and true cigars that maybe we haven't touched on yet, you know, feel free to put them in the chat. How many indie cigar companies do you try? I've had a few. I've had quite a few this year. I haven't had a lot of great ones, but I smoked some stuff. You know, another one I've tried. Another one I've been trying to touch on. I've been trying to smoke a lot more black owned companies. Really was a fan of the Black Star line Warwick, the original size, the 46 ring gauge. I smoked the Robusto. I didn't think it was that great. The original size is really good. I like the Emperor's Cut. Those guys, their group is based out of Houston, I believe. I've smoked some stuff from Drunken Chicken, OM Cigars. I smoked a lot of independent stuff this year. Now that I'm thinking about it, but the ones that really come to mind is the Warwick by Black Star Line and the Emperor's Cut, or the two that were really good for me. You tried the Aventura Conqueror. I think I have. I've had some Aventura stuff. I've had some Aventura stuff. Yeah, Ricky, I'm not going anywhere. I'm actually I was talking about it earlier. I don't know if you were in the chat or not, but I am moving up. I'm moving up on the promotional list to make fire inspector. So that's the next thing. So I don't know. Hopefully in the next year or so, I'll be promoted, man. So I can get off these units. Any experiences with Ezra Zion cigars? You'll see me reviewing those from time to time. I did a review on the pecan pie and the pumpkin pie. I'll probably be reviewing a few more with Christmas themed stuff. For me, they're really hit or miss. The stuff that's really good is good, and then for me, a lot of the stuff is just not good. Like I think I had recently the Defiant or whatever it's called. I didn't think it just wasn't a good cigar for me. But then I really liked the pumpkin pie and then the Ninja Bread, man. Those were two really good standouts for me that I thought were really good cigars. Terrence, there's a lot of them out there, but just trying to find the really good ones, to be honest, is just that's kind of the trick, trying to find the good ones. Jawbreaking sample James got is a testament to how competitive their prices are. That product itself is more than what Blackline is charging for the sample. I'm trying to get my wife to grab them for me. Pete, keep working on it. James, what now that I do remember smoking Aventura, I don't remember it. I don't remember thinking it was horrible, but I don't remember it being like remarkable either. It probably was just okay for me. More lost and found Caldwell. Whew, man, which ones do you like, Sydney? Because most of the ones I like, or actually, there's only I've smoked quite a few of them. The El Pavo was okay. The one I probably liked the most was the pepper cream soda. I smoked through a lot of them, and a lot of them were just average for me. They just were. They wasn't nothing that was really knocking my socks off. What is a overhyped cigar that you didn't rock with? Trying to think. Oh, cigar culture number 3. I didn't think that was a good cigar, but everybody, most people that follow already know I don't like. I didn't think that was a good cigar. When I first started smoking, I had this cigar by Bespoke Cigars, which Prudence now is Cass Dagley. They have been rebranded. So Bespoke is Cass Dagley. Me and Lee May did their review of the Cass Dagley Daughters of the Wind. And James will tell you too, he's got a close friend, his friend Dan is really big on Cass Dagley. I've only had the one experience with that company, and I did not like that. That was probably, I'm not going to do a top 10 or top 5 worst cigars of the year, but that would have been in there for me. I didn't think it was that great. Now I've heard from other people to smoke that in a different Vitola, but I'd be open to smoking more stuff from Cass Dagley. Jet, for me, I don't really hang out in a lot of places. Like the only place you're really gonna find me in Memphis is Tinderbox. I don't go downtown and do a lot of smoking or stuff like that. Like for me, they were around for me when I first started smoking, so I just always kind of stayed there, and that's where I do most of my local stuff at. I don't really do a lot of I don't do a lot of traveling around because I know there's other spots, like there's some stuff in South Haven, some stuff downtown. I usually there's a Tinderbox that's about 5 minutes from my house, so that's normally where I do most of my stuff at. James talking about their parties. Trey's Linda's Cube. I actually heard really high remarks on the Trey's Linda's. Lee Max sent me one of those. That might be one I need to smoke today too. Hearing very good things about that one. Thank you, Prudence. I'm hoping so too. I need it. I'm about burnt out. Pepper cream soda was a great cigar. James said the Cookie Monster and the cigar culture for him were both bad, both memorably bad. Yeah, you know how I say, man, y'all hit that like or dislike, whatever y'all want to hit. Mil Diaz for him was. Are y'all talking about these are good or bad cigars for y'all? Southern Draw. Okay, heard they got 5 thumbs. It's a great to hear. I hope it works out for you. It work for a fire-based EMS department, and it is tiring. Yeah, for sure, man. Like I said, Ricky, we run almost 200,000 calls a year, man. And it just gets old. And then too. It was much different for me before I got married, and it changed a little bit. Then when you start having kids, it changes too. It's just like it's stressful, man. It's busy. It's definitely something. Heard good things about the cooking monster. I started to light the stew leg up, but went with Placencia. I think you made the right choice. Any suggestions on a medium to full? Medium to full. Mac? What do you normally like to smoke? Mac, I appreciate that, man. Cottontail. See, that's it. That's the one. Big Black. That's the one that people told me to smoke. The Cottontail is good, and their Lancero is the natural, and the Maduro by Cass Dagley are my go-tos. Yeah, we had the Calico, which was a torpedo, and it just wasn't good. Looks like the 54 ring gauge you're smoking. Yeah, this is a 54. This is a Curivara Reserva Limitada. It's $5 cigars. This is another thing too. The term yard guard, I think that people associate that with like, are they making an excuse for them to be able to smoke a bad cigar in the yard? I don't think that that's true. I want to smoke a good cigar even if I'm messing around in the yard or something. So this is a good cigar in the sense that it's a $5 cigar. It's not overly complex. It's not elite, but it's a good cigar and it's not gonna kill your pockets. But at the same time, I'm not gonna smoke no $2. I know some people probably like the cigar in here. That's cool, but I'm not gonna smoke the factory smoke just because I'm out in the yard or something. That's not a good cigar to me. I'd much rather smoke this. Doesn't have mixed filler in it. Most of the time I'm gonna try to stay with a long filler cigar. I know some people smoke mixed filler, but I try to stay with long filler most of the time. Cohiba Red. Tried the Filthy Hooligan Alec Bradley cigar. Any way of keeping barber poles cigars lit evenly. kept getting uneven burns as a transition between colors and wrappers. So for me, the biggest recommendation I would say is make sure you have a very good light. Always make sure you have a good light. And people don't realize it. Sometimes I can do it too, especially if it's a cigar that I really enjoy. We smoke too fast. So when you smoke too fast, you get that carbon buildup. It can turn the cigar bitter, and it also can throw your draw off. Also, if your draw is or as people will say, it's loose or airy, you want to pay really close attention to a very loose draw. You cannot draw on a loose cigar like you do a tighter or a medium firm. You have to really pay attention to a loose draw. If you smoke those too fast, you can run into burn issues too. So I would always say, take your time and make sure you're slowing down and pacing yourself, smoking slower, and make sure you have a very good light in the beginning to give yourself a better chance. But sometimes, especially with barber poles, Maduro wrappers, even like here, it's kind of inevitable. It's not gonna be razor sharp every time, but again, you're just smoking a cigar. So best suggestions on Lanceros: Tatuaje Petite or Tatuaje Black Label Petite Lancero, El Wawense Lancero, Jossam Crawl, Red Knight Lonsdale. My father makes great Lanceros too. I like all of my father's Lanceros. The Holy Lance by Illusione is another good one. Espinosa, Larandra Oscuro, Lancero is a good one. Trying to think if there's it's just funny because me and James were actually talking about this, and it's actually a very good point. I'm thinking about statistically, Lanceros just don't take up much room in humidors. So I'm really like trying to put myself in humidors and think about looking at Lanceros. That's why I'm kind of like looking like this. But if you can find it, it's not a Lancero technically, but the Fuente and Yeho 888 is a very good smaller ring gauge cigar. I mostly try to do 44s to 48s. I think that's where like Tabernacle Lancer and the Herrera Esteli, those are both good too. I forgot it. That's what I say. I always forget something. That's why I was just trying to think about. It's a lot of good ones out there. I'm trying to think. Sure, more will come to mind. Luciano the Dreamer. I did enjoy that one too. It's just that's an expensive one, but it is good. Cigars over here in the UK are so expensive. Yeah, Canada too, man. The Maestro de Saka. I did enjoy that one. Now leave me the hell alone. What's your favorite LFD? Man. I like a couple of them. I like the Chapter 1, the Capuchulo 2. That's another good Lancero. Good. The LFD Cameroon Cabinet Lancero is a very good cigar. I actually did a pairing video with Hibiki 12 back when I almost first started the channel. Very good cigar. I like the Maduro Cabinet number 5. I like the 25th anniversary. Yeah, they got some good. There's some good LFDs there. Papa's Frida is a good $5-6 cigar too. Like I said, it's not overly complex, but it's a good cigar. Oh yeah, that Amarillo Fancy Bellicoso is it's on another planet. Appreciate you, Jay. Yeah, man. I'm trying to give y'all a little bit. We've been up for almost an hour. I'll probably be on another 5-10 minutes. Yep, Cowboy. I remember Cowboy enjoyed the Luciano the Dreamer. That's another company. That's another factory you guys are going to want to pay attention to. Tabacalera Pichardo. They made the Warriors. They got really known for the Warriors by Crown Heads, and then they did the Mil Diaz, and now they're doing their own line of cigars too. But Ace Prime is Crown Heads took over Ace Prime, so they distribute Ace Prime's product. So they have that correlation. Now they work together, and now Crown Heads is a distributor for them. So Lonsdale's, I'm a Corona Gorda man. Like 44 to 48 is that's what I like right now. Like I said, the Black Friday, the new Ali Bradley Kintsugi, it comes in the Corona, is a very good cigar. Of course, again, the Tatuaje Black Label Petite Lancero. You got the Aladino Special Edition Corona size. You got it's so many good ones out there, man. So it's a lot of good Coronas out there. S&D Lancero. I'm not sure if I had that one neither. I had to see the band. Ashhead in the building. What's going on? I like the Ian Cameroon cab sleeper. Tim, what's going on, brother? James G, the other James G in the building. I'm just joining. What did you say if you're putting out a top 10? I am. That video will probably be out probably at the very back end of the month. It's probably when that video will be out. Not a problem, Mike. I like a barber pole from time to time because you get different transitions throughout the smoke. The Fuente Hemingway between the lines. I finally tasted gingerbread. Hey Rod, what's going on? 44. Yeah, that's my favorite ring gauge right now too. And I used to be a really big Lancero guy, but I'm liking the Corona Gorda stuff too. Tim, I'm glad to hear that, man. I started watching your review yesterday at work. We were so damn busy though. I'm gonna have to finish watching the 601 review. Finally, 50 rings or less. I smoke every size, but I like the 50 or less. Yeah, 50s are cool too. I mean, I'm even comfortable all the way up to a 54 with certain stuff. But yeah, 50, like that 44 to 50 is like where I like to smoke too. Because I'm at that point now where if I'm not on a live stream or something, I'm like sitting down smoking. I don't really want to sit down for longer than an hour and a half with one particular cigar, even if I'm really enjoying it. Some people sit down for 2 or 3 hours on one cigar. I like to be able to just kind of, I like to put an hour and a half, about an hour to hour and a half of time in on each cigar. Super Bowl predictions, Kansas City and Green Bay. I got Kansas City by touchdown. I haven't big block. The only Crux cigars I had were all of the newer facing stuff. I've had everything. I like the Bull and Bear. Reviewed that one. I've had the Epicure, the Guild. The other one too. I had. The only one I didn't care for was the Limitada, which was the black one. That's the only one I thought was. It just tasted really bland for me. But the Bull and Bear was by far my favorite. The Connecticut, the Epicure, and the Guild were both about the same. They weren't bad cigars. They were just okay. They weren't. I would smoke them from time to time. It's nothing I would go out of my way to constantly buy. But the Bull and Bear was a good cigar. 44 to 50 is perfect for me. Yeah, Tim, I know you're right in there too. There he is, the resident Padron hater. There he is. Again, mention it too, because I see a few more people that hopped in the chat. Black Line Luxury Cigar, the Month Club is now open. Not making a promise, no telling how long it will be open. James will keep me updated on the information. But if you have not joined the club, make sure you consider it. We got a very big January month coming up for you guys. It is open. We also have the RonRealTV holiday sampler. There's also some Padrones, Pariah. There's some Padron samplers over there for you at Black Line. You make sure to go check them out, player. Got a natural Maduro. Got one in there with both of them. Buy yourself a good Christmas. Buy yourself a good Christmas gift. Don't pick against my package. All right, Bruce. I got y'all in there though. But look, those are the two best quarterbacks in the league, right? Well, Russ is there. Russell's right there with him too. His team is just not. He's just not going to be. His team is just not as good. But those are the three best quarterbacks in the league right now: Russell Wilson, Mahomes, and A-Rod. Mark, that Maestro del Tiempo. I'm 6.5 before you do the make. That blend is good. I don't know, Pete, if you got a chance to smoke the 6102R. I'm not sure if James sold out of those or not. I know he had them, but the Maestro, the 6102R hasn't been released since 2016. Phenomenal 48 ring gauge cigar. Another great cigar. I agree. The Brotherhood was a very good cigar. Oscar does very good though. I can't really remember any Oscar cigars I did not like. I like the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood was a very good cigar. I got a review of that coming out too. That'll be out soon too. The unlabeled was not the 175th is life. Have to agree on the QB. Yeah, those are by far the 3 best quarterbacks. So I think Russ is gonna have a problem because the team's just not that good. And then I think it's just gonna be Mahomes just ends up outduel. Or you know what, that game, that'll be one of those games that it might come down to in the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game who has the ball last and who's able to hold on to it the longest. That clock management is a game changer. I think it's gonna be a close game. I think that's who's gonna be in the Super Bowl though. Big Block, man, we're gonna be waiting for you, man. Danny, glad to have you here, brother. Ron sporting my new Double R Army coffee mug on my home desk. Got to get back to it. Always a pleasure and great information. Keep up the great work, Mark. I appreciate you, man, and I hope the coffee mug treats you well. I'm always appreciative of you supporting me. And like I've said earlier, there's some people that do, and there's some people that talk. So you know, I really do appreciate that. I agree. Oscar is good at what he does. All right, man. But like I said, I'm gonna get ready to get up out of here. Been on for an hour. Thank you guys for coming on, man. I know it's still a work week for you. A lot of you. I don't know if a lot of you are off. I know some of you are working, probably taking some work calls and stuff from home. So always appreciative of you guys always tuning in. Like I said, we will be in touch. Got some reviews and some pairings coming out soon. Might end up popping up with a live stream tomorrow too. Not sure yet. I got might have a special guest on this one tomorrow. So still got to figure all that stuff out. But y'all already know the name of the game is relaxation and enjoyment, man. Do not forget to be driven, never motivated. Make sure y'all stay driven, man. Y'all be good. Love y'all. Peace out.